TMG, trimethylglycine or betaine, can lower homocysteine level. It's been researched for improving heart health and exercise performance. However, it can also increase cholesterol levels and its long-term safety is unknown. Trimethylglycine is a compound found in beetroot and other plants and animal foods. It was originally known as betaine because it was first discovered in sugar beets. However, trimethylglycine is one of the many betaines that has been since identified. Scientists are investigating whether the trimethylglycine can protect the cells from stress and act as a source of metal groups. Trimethylglycine is also known as betaine, glycine betaine, lysine, and oxynurin. People consume trimethylglycine normally in their diet, though supplements are also available. Trimethylglycine is also produced in the body from choline. Trimethylglycine supplements are commonly referred to as betaine anhydrous. They have not been approved by the FDA for medical use. Supplements generally lack solid clinical research. Regulations set manufacturing standards for them, but they don't guarantee that they're safe or effective. Betaine hydrochloride is made out of betaine, trimethylglycine, and hydrochloric acid. It's a supplement that allegedly increases stomach acid. Trimethylglycine has many purported health benefits. Some brands claim that it protects the liver, the heart, and the kidneys, and can enhance physical performance. However, solid data is lacking to back up most of these claims. In the body, trimethylglycine can donate one of its metal groups to homocysteine. Metal groups are 3 hydrogen atoms bonded to carbon. This turns the homocysteine back into methionine, which theoretically prevents homocysteine levels from getting too high. High homocysteine levels in the blood are a risk factor for heart disease. Limited evidence suggests that trimethylglycine supplementation and a dietary intake lowers the homocysteine levels, and this can potentially protect the heart. Additionally, by donating a metal group, scientists think that trimethylglycine may help to produce S-adenosyl methionine and protect against oxidative stress with its antioxidant effect. Trimethylglycine is a metal donor. It helps to add metal groups to the compounds. By adding a metal group to homocysteine, it creates methionine and prevents homocysteine from getting too high. Researchers call trimethylglycine an osmolyte or an osmoprotectant, which means that it keeps cells hydrated and it increases stress resilience. In lab settings, it can stabilize proteins and membranes when environmental conditions are bad, such as in drought, low temperature, and high salt levels. A couple of studies suggest that trimethylglycine helps cells to adapt to stress. It may protect against premature programmed cell death or apoptosis. Trimethylglycine cell hydration and protection may improve glucose breakdown and lactate productivity, which might result in greater energy production during exercise. Researchers believe that trimethylglycine might protect cells and increase the energy production by its hydrating osmolyte action. Trimethylglycine supplementation may increase blood levels of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide widens blood vessels and it increases blood flow during short-term exercise. An increase in muscle blood flow can improve exercise performance by increasing nutrient delivery and waste excretion. Homocysteinuria is an inherited genetic disorder of methionine metabolism that results in high homocysteine levels in the urine. Anhydrous betaine or trimethylglycine is an FDA-approved supplement for reducing the urine homocysteine in the people with this group of disorders. According to one study, it lowers blood homocysteine levels by 20 to 30% in several types of homocysteinuria. Trimethylglycine's osmolyte properties may protect the mouth from chemicals and other mouth irritants. Toothpaste that contains trimethylglycine reduced dry mouth symptoms in a study of 45 individuals. The patients reported less lip dryness and difficulty eating. A high blood homocysteine level is a risk factor for heart disease. Limited evidence suggests that the trimethylglycine supplementation lowers the homocysteine level in the blood, which can then potentially protect the heart. In a review of 74 clinical trials, high choline and trimethylglycine intake were associated with lower blood inflammatory markers. Because choline is a precursor to trimethylglycine, increased choline intake can lead to higher trimethylglycine in the blood. Trimethylglycine then lowers the homocysteine, which improves the mitochondrial membrane, and it protects cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. Trimethylglycine is a common ingredient in workout supplements. Studies indicate that trimethylglycine supplementation to improve physique may help only when it's accompanied with exercise. In a meta-analysis of 7 randomized control trials, 2 studies reported increases in power and strength. The authors concluded that additional studies are necessary to evaluate its effectiveness. In 2 studies of active men, trimethylglycine supplementation increased the total repetitions during exercise. Besides increasing strength, trimethylglycine might improve endurance and reduce fatigue. In a study of 23 experienced strength-trained men, long-term trimethylglycine supplementation during an exercise training program for 6 weeks improved body composition. The men had significant increases in lean mass and decreases in body fat. In a study of 12 trained men, trimethylglycine supplementation, along with exercise sessions, decreased cortisol levels. It also increased blood growth hormone, which helps with muscle protein synthesis that causes their lean mass to increase. Trimethylglycine blood levels are associated with better insulin sensitivity. Individuals with lower trimethylglycine levels are more likely to have insulin resistance. In a study of 3,000 individuals, those with the lower trimethylglycine levels were more likely to have diabetes. After 2 years of lifestyle changes, higher trimethylglycine levels were associated with lower diabetes rates. In mice, supplementation with trimethylglycine improves glucose tolerance. It maintains glucose balance, and it improves insulin sensitivity. Clinical trials are needed to determine the effectiveness and the safety of trimethylglycine in people with diabetes and/or insulin resistance. In a meta-analysis of 14 trials, high trimethylglycine and choline consumption contributed to cancer prevention and lowered the risk of developing cancer. The authors emphasized that further studies are needed to verify these results. In a study of 1,500 breast cancer patients, a higher dietary intake of trimethylglycine was associated with fewer deaths from cancer. However, it did not affect the risk of developing breast cancer. Trimethylglycine increases S-adenosylmethionine, or SAMe, and this helps to produce serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. Neurotransmitter balance supports good mental health. In 45 depressed patients who respond poorly to antidepressants, SAMe and trimethylglycine used as add-ons to conventional treatment for 90 days improved symptoms such as anxiety and feelings of helplessness and worthlessness. Trimethylglycine administration in depressed rats changed their behavior. It helped to increase serotonin and norepinephrine levels in the rats' brains, having an antidepressant effect. In a study of 193 seniors, cobalamin supplementation increased trimethylglycine blood levels. This increase in the trimethylglycine was associated with better reaction time, memory, and brain function. Additionally, the participants with the largest increase in the trimethylglycine level had the greatest memory improvement. According to one theory, children with autism spectrum disorder have abnormally high methionine cycles. The methionine cycle helps with blood vessel formation and other biological pathways. Abnormal methionine cycles can cause cognitive disorders. However, the methionine autism theory is controversial and it remains unproven. Some researchers believe that autistic children do not have high enough levels of the byproducts that are needed for the cycle, and they're also vulnerable to oxidative stress. In autistic children, trimethylglycine and choline deficiency contribute to low methionine and SAMe levels. This can cause abnormal gene expression. Although scientists are unsure if trimethylglycine supplementation affects the SAMe levels in the autistic children, studies of healthy participants have shown that the trimethylglycine can increase the SAMe levels. Oral supplementation with folinic acid and trimethylglycine have normalized the methionine cycle in a small study on autistic children. The trimethylglycine also increased antioxidant levels which protect against the oxidative damage. In 21 healthy subjects, trimethylglycine relieved the skin irritating effects caused by detergents and it decreased allergic responses. Trimethylglycine's osmolyte properties increase the skin hydration and improve the skin barrier. Also, by acting as a metal donor, it protected the cells from detergent attacks. When trimethylglycine donates a metal group, it helps to produce S-adenosylmethionine, an antioxidant. Trimethylglycine also increases glutathione, another powerful antioxidant. In rats, trimethylglycine pre-treatment reduced the oxidative damage due to stress. Trimethylglycine is being researched for improving non-alcoholic and alcoholic liver injuries. In the liver, the trimethylglycine helps to process methionine to produce S-adenosylmethionine, which helps to lower inflammation. It can also help to decrease liver cell death. In mice, the trimethylglycine improved liver health by decreasing insulin resistance, by reducing the fat buildup in the liver, increasing the activation of liver AMPK to help with glucose and fat lipid balance. It can prevent alcohol-induced inflammation and stress, protect the liver from toxins like chloroform, methotrexate, lipopolysaccharides, etc., and protect liver cells from bile-induced apoptosis. In the kidneys, trimethylglycine's main role is making sure that the cells stay hydrated. During cellular stress, it preserves cell volume without changing cell functions. In mice, trimethylglycine supplementation lowered high uric acid levels, protecting the kidneys from injury. Additionally, trimethylglycine treatment protected the rat's kidneys from CCl4-induced toxicity. The CCl4 can cause kidney cell death and cirrhosis, which is liver disease. Shampoos and other hair products can harm through the osmotic stress. Since trimethylglycine is an osmolyte, it can keep hair cells hydrated and protect against environmental damage. Shampoos with trimethylglycine protect the hair protein structure. Scientists are currently investigating trimethylglycine in human bone cells. The trimethylglycine may activate pathways that increase osteoblast cell formation. Osteoblasts are the cell that increase the new bone formation. Possible side effects can include agitation, irritability, sleep disturbances, diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, and hair loss. Trimethylglycine may increase cholesterol levels. This potentially cancels out the trimethylglycine's benefit on the heart health. In a review of 4 studies, trimethylglycine supplementation increased the LDL or bad cholesterol in healthy individuals. These effects were present after 2 weeks of 6 grams per day trimethylglycine supplementation. Doses under 6 grams a day may also increase the LDL and the triglyceride blood levels. In another study of 42 obese subjects, the daily supplementation of 6 grams of trimethylglycine increased the LDL bad cholesterol. A normal dietary intake of trimethylglycine from food is between half a gram to 2 grams per day. Trimethylglycine supplement doses used in clinical trials range from 2.5 to 6 grams per day, although some studies suggest it's safe at an intake of 9 to 12 grams per day. Even lower trimethylglycine doses increased blood lipids though, therefore a safe trimethylglycine dose could not be established. Limited human studies suggest that 2.5 grams per day of trimethylglycine is needed to increase the blood trimethylglycine levels. This has not been confirmed by proper clinical trials yet. Trimethylglycine increases the production of genes that helps with bone formation. In human bone cells, trimethylglycine increased the RUNX2, the OSX, and the SOD2 gene expression. This increases the production of proteins that increase bone formation and protect against bone cell stress. Due to trimethylglycine increasing cholesterol levels, if one is supplementing with the trimethylglycine for its many health benefits, they should monitor their cholesterol and then use natural cholesterol treatments such as niacin supplementation to counteract this imbalance. For more information about supplements or health conditions, check out my website.